Young XL's here, Mike's here, Kentucky Man's here, Bill K, Matt, Tennessee Mike, MJ, bunch of you guys, Chaz from the Berg, Kevin's here. I don't have anything to talk about, guys. I mean, we can just talk about watches, I guess. Bean Boys 89 checking in. I just opened up and did the unboxing for this Formex Reef. Where's the focus point on this? Is it focus here? Yeah, this thing is really nice, actually. Shockingly nice. And it's like versatile. They actually sent it on this with this black bezel. I swapped over to the green one, and they also sent over a blue one and a full metal one. So I think these don't come with it. I think you have to buy these separately or whatever. But pretty simple, ingenious little creation they did here. And the bezel action is still really good on it, surprisingly. Yeah, I wanted to try the green just because I don't think I've handled a white dial with a green bezel watch. And the bezel action is still really good. Red, that would look cool. I bet you they do make a red bezel. If not, they will soon. It's 120 click, still lines up. It's pretty crazy. Nice crown, pretty thin watch. Excellent bracelet. I mean, this bracelet is like one of the best bracelets out there. Yeah, Detroit Spartan. I guess it is. It's a Spartan watch, isn't it? I don't know how much these are. I didn't even look it up yet. But it has on-the-fly adjustment for the on the clasp. Yeah, white bezel, that would look cool too. Has quick release end links, so you can swap over to the rubber strap, which actually has a really cool clasp system as well. This is also has micro adjust built into it. So like you push this button and you can adjust this in or out. That is crazy. That is an awesome clasp. I don't know if they'll be happy, because this is a loaner, so I don't know if they'll be happy with me cutting this, but this strap is oversized for larger wrist, but you can just cut it, move the spring bar up here, and then pull this in, and then it would fit like my wrist. So pretty insane package for sure. Yeah, we can just, like, you just kind of pinch this. I don't know. You can see there's like a little bit of a reveal there. You can use a tool, but if I can get my... might have to use a tool. I'm not feeling super strong right now. But you can use a tool and just pop that up. I don't know if I have something non-abrasive I have here. Oh yeah, I could probably just use this. This would work. Maybe just put something in there so I don't scratch it. You can just kind of put this in there. And it just pops right off. Super easy. I did it, the first time I did it with my fingers, but it has the little click spring. It's captured in there so it won't fall out. And then we could do the silver one. That one would look pretty sharp. Or we could do the blue one. Oh, do it at the 12 so it doesn't come off. I don't know. I didn't read any instructions or anything. I just do this stuff. Oh, that was way easier. Oh, it's not all the way down. There it goes. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it all the way down and around here. Every time I push it down, it's popping up somewhere else. Oh, it's not going to beat me. It is not going to beat me. I already did it once. I think I did it from the bottom, though. It's kind of beating me. Was the black one better? I'm sure it's my technique that I'm messing up. Yeah, it's definitely the technique. That is funny. I just did it like a little bit ago. Turn as you press in. I didn't turn as I pressed in on the last one. You can't really turn it as you're pushing in either. There's probably instructions. They didn't send me any though. And it's not like, it's not obvious. To me anyway. Get a vise ready. No, I got a hammer. I tried it from the bottom first. Maybe I'll try it from the top first. See what it's doing? It's crazy. It pops one side and then it pops the other out. $5 for a bezel. You sent it to the wrong guy. The funny part is I practiced this before I started the live stream. Like I did a bezel. So I'm like, oh wow, that was really easy. Well, I'm gonna get like a bezel blister. It's gonna be like a whole new thing, you guys. Bezel blisters. Wow, this thing's actually kicking my ass. That is funny. No, I didn't break it, but I am chewing up the skin on my finger. Yeah, no, I totally didn't get it on. And they shipped it with the black bezel, and I put the green one on. And it was not that difficult. He's not nervous. I'm sure it's just my technique, guys. Oh, I see. I see. It's my fault. The click spring's not lined up. I probably jacked this click spring all up. It came out of the hole where it goes. Now I'll let it go. Yeah, now it just popped right down in. Maybe. It might be defective now. The click spring is, I thought it was more captured than it is. So now I'm trying to get the 120 click spring back in its spot. Okay, I got it back in its spot, but the 120 click spring popped out of its little retention clip. I don't know why. I'm sure like me fiddling with it too much, it like bent it and it popped up. But there's the blue and white. That's what happens on live. Rob breaks things. Maybe I should pop the bezel off my Alpinist. Put the green back on? Okay. I'll do that. I don't care. Let's see. Cowboy Swami with Super Chat. Thoughts on the automatic watch with a serviceable backlight for low light and a dark scenarios where lume is not applicable? Has anybody done that? I mean, I guess you can get automatic watches with tritium tube. So as long as you are in like pretty dark scenario, the tritium tubes are going to work really good for you. And in that case, I 100% agree with that. If you're talking about potentially, oh, Kevin says, yes, it has been done. Oh, somebody said do it from the 12. I really don't want to scratch this, but I also don't want the bezel to go flying again like it did last time. So I got it to stick in there now. Somebody wants to put the green one back on, or should we do the silver one? See, it's a lot easier when me trying to force it instead of stopping when when I was having problems with it. That's what kind of messed it up. Yeah, I think I got it lined up pretty good now. What they did, and I could show it, but I don't think I can show it in very good detail, is the way the click spring is captured is they oversized the part that it goes in the holes, so it's supposed to stay in there. But me screwing around with it too much, I think pried it out of that hole even more and then kind of bent it up a little bit. Any back play? There's very little wobble. Like for being a bezel that you're able to like pop off and pop another one on, you would expect it to be like kind of playful, pretty loose. Guys, there's bezels that are hard to get off that are way sloppier than this. Like this is actually legit impressive that they were able to do this. Yeah, the silver one looks good. I mean, endless possibilities. And you don't have to like, it's not like you're modding the watch. You're just swapping out the bezel. Mm, good question. What is the size of this? I feel like it's not very big because I was wearing it before the live stream. No, I'm going to measure it without this piece. I'm going to measure it from here to here for like the 10 to the 40. So 42, but man, it doesn't seem like a 42. What's the bezel? Yeah, see the bezel's 41, and I think that's why it feels like a 41 on wrist. So it's a 42, but it feels like a 41, and it's only just under 49 lug to lug. It's really thin too. 11 and a half thin. I'm digging it. Okay, we didn't try the blue yet. Wow. See how easy it is to snap on when it lines up? Speaking of lining up, how the heck did they get all these to line up? They would have had to have put them on the watch and then put the bezel on, or unless they figured out some sort of system that they just line up perfectly every time in their manufacturing. And if that's the case, they need to sell that information to Seiko and probably some other brands. Where's the blue? What are we guys talking about here? A crimson red bezel would be cool. Yeah. So anybody that's done any modding knows that like you put the bezel on, then you put the bezel insert on. Otherwise, you can't just put the bezel insert on the bezel and throw the bezel on the watch and expect it to line up. It's not going to line up unless it's just like pure luck. So they must have a jig or something where they set it and then put the bezel insert on, unless they just have it like some sort of technique. I'm sure you could figure it out that it lines up. It could be in the bezel itself, so you know exactly where it goes. Unless it's a Vostok, yeah. I mean, this stuff could all be sorted out in manufacturing. I'm no engineer, and I don't know anything about manufacturing, but essentially, when they're manufacturing the parts, I mean, 120 click, it clicks, right? So if you know that the bezel is going to set in one spot, then you make the bezel insert so it only fits into the bezel in that one spot. I don't know. I'm still kind of digging the green and the white. And I'll put the strap on there, but I almost feel like, I don't know if they get mad at me, but I almost want to cut that so it fits, because right now it's going to be way too long on me. You know what I mean? So like, these just pop right off. It's so crazy. And the bracelet was easy to size. I just used, screwdriver. Excellent bracelet, excellent hardware on this. I think I just put the strap on backwards, but it doesn't matter because oh no, I got it on there right. But I'd have to cut that strap down quite a bit. I mean, look how oversized that strap is. Even if I go all the way in, I would definitely have to cut this piece out. Eric says you've been looking after one of these. Yeah, different colors for the strap would be cool too. What was that? Calico, $1.99 super chat. Sell watch. I need gas. Detroit lower my Uber. Oh, Calico wants me to sell one of his watches or something. I don't think I have like one watch here of Calico's. It's not really a watch. What is my thoughts on the bezel action? The bezel action is really good on this. Let me go grab something here. I still haven't done the video on this. I don't know if anybody's into this stuff, but this is actually Calico's. Oh, that's how you start it. This thing is nuts. I have no use for it, but it's actually really cool. So that resets it. This winds it. And then this is just a single pusher up top to start it. Stu's giving me crap, so this is my timer for how long before I kick Stu out. There we go. Let's see. How high do you think the Srp309 will get over time? How high will it get? I don't know. What are they at right now? I don't really pay attention to what used Seikos are going for, honestly. Tennessee Mike says they're about $700. I could see the Srp. So the problem with this Srp309 is Seiko has a bunch of other Alpinists out right now. I still even have one here. I could go grab it, but so you can still get different Alpinists. So, and they even make a green one. Presage. This is the Alpinist down here. So why would someone pay? I mean, unless you're a purist, which I get it. There's a lot of Seiko's fanboys out there that are. But why would you go spend $700 on a used Srp309 or even like a new old stock when you can go pick one of these up? I forget how much these are. I mean, not that these are cheap. This is the SPB 209. I'd have to look it up. So, I mean, why wouldn't you just go buy a new Alpinist? You know, because you can still even get them in green. And the straps are better. So, I don't know. Why would you buy the 017, I guess? Purist, that's it. Let's see. The Prospex logo of the Cyclops and it's thicker. Yes, those are all very valid points. So, yeah. So that's why you would buy the 017 because you don't like the Cyclops, you don't like the thicker case, you like the Alpinist case back, and you don't like the Prospex X. But for a lot of people, they're totally fine with that stuff and they want the brand new and they don't want to deal with potentially, getting ripped off, depending on where you're buying the 017, you can walk into a Seiko authorized dealer and pick up a brand new Alpinist. Now, me personally, I went for the Srp309er. Also paid just over $700 for this. I think more unique, more interesting, unusual, rare. The bezel is so stiff on this one. I can't wait to get this one fixed. Was today the 1st? And about 9:30ish. 9:26. Right in there. How come I never put up any Grand Seiko? Nobody sends in Grand Seiko. There's not a whole lot of people that buy Grand Seiko, first of all. And when they do, I don't really have access to them. So I don't know if I deal with any vendors that have the Grand Seiko that I could borrow. If there's some that you want to see, I can put out feelers and I can try to get them in on the show. But I don't secretly hate Grand Seiko. Here's the deal. I'm having fun. I'm poking with that stuff mostly. And it's easy to do when there's Grand Seiko fanboys, right? Just like fanboys in any group or club or whatever like that. It's easy to get them riled up. So my thoughts on Grand Seiko is this. The price points on Grand Seiko, it puts you in, deep into some like really awesome Swiss counterparts that most people, I forget about that. I don't even need to go in depth. Here's a very simple explanation of Grand Seiko. Say there's somebody that doesn't know about watches and they walk into an authorized dealer that has Rolex, which they're not going to have any, so you're not going to get a Rolex. They have Tudor and they have Breitling, Tag, and say, well, they're not going to have Omega, but they're going to have Breitling and Tag and probably Seiko, and then Grand Seiko, right? So, and I'm talking about a non-watch person here. This is scenario one, non-watch person. They're not going to buy the Tudor, Wilson. You know why they're not going to buy the Tudor? Because they don't know anything about Tudor. And the salesperson has to explain to them that Tudor is owned by Rolex, blah, 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 blah. So the non-watch person is going to come in and be like, well, I wanted a Rolex or I'm interested, but I can't afford it or whatever. Anyway, you don't have them. So you're moving on from that. The salesperson has to sell you on the Tudor because you don't know anything about it. This isn't us guys. I'm talking about the non-watch people here, right? So they dismiss Rolex, can't get it. They dismiss Tudor because the salesperson has to sell it to you. What's left? Grand Seiko, Breitling, and Tag at this authorized dealer, this fictional authorized dealer. So Grand Seiko also falls into a category of two things. One, the salesperson has to sell it. There's a ton of them in the cabinet because no one's buying them. Few people are buying them. The fanboys are buying them, or the people that actually got sold by a good salesperson. That's who's buying them. So the salesperson either has to sell that person the Grand Seiko, or they go, I know what Tag is, and I know what Breitling is. I'm looking at those because I can buy them. And in most cases, they're less money than the other things that you were trying to sell me other than Tudor. Tudor is actually a home run. If you have a good salesperson, they're going to sell them that Tudor. But if not, then that person's probably going to buy the Tag. I don't have a Tag here, so I can show the Breitling. Depends on the watch size and all that stuff too. I'm a huge fan of Tudor. I'm a huge fan of Grand Seiko. I'm a huge fan of all of these brands. I love all of them. You guys see what I have on this channel. I have everything. Heck, I got a Shinola over here. So that actually brings up a good point. Say that authorized dealer actually carries Shinola. That person's probably going to end up leaving with either a tag or a Shinola, depending on their budget. If their budget is low, they're probably leaving with a Shinola. And haters can hate, but that's the truth. So anyway, that's what I'm talking about with Grand Seiko. Is you talk to any authorized dealer that has Grand Seiko, they have a ton of them. Other than like some of the big models, you know, like the Snowflake and the maybe even the White Birch or whatever. The rest of them, they have to sell them. Invicta sucks. Invicta actually kind of doesn't suck. And then there's Oris. Oris is another awesome brand, but on the same argument that I just presented, if that dealer has Oris, they're gonna have to sell them. People aren't going in there looking for Oris unless they're watch guys. The people that are going in there that are not watch guys and they're looking to buy a watch, they're probably leaving with a tag. Rob, do you like the new Cartier Tank Solar Beat? I would love to see one. I'm not a huge fan of Cartier as a whole or that style of watch, but I definitely want to see one. And Oris makes some beautiful watches. Heck, Detroit Spartan, you have one of the best looking ones, I think. The blood red, I forget, was that a Fritella? Big crown pointer date. That thing is beautiful. Salesmen have to sell. Let me back up here. Wilson says salesman has to sell. I hope they know this before they get hired. Correct. And good salespeople will do just that. And I guarantee you there's people even in this chat that before they fully educated themselves into the watch, and maybe even after they've educated themselves on watches, when they go into in the past or whatever, when they've went into watch stores, they've been sold a watch. Like they've been to, I feel like I'm trying to think if I've ever actually been sold a watch. There's been some brands that the salesperson like really tried, but they couldn't seal the deal. But I think when you get some really good salespeople, they can really sell you something. Wilson's getting hostile. Nice pocket watch. Where'd you get it? Where's a pocket watch? Oh, this. I don't know. I was thinking knife. This is actually Calico Basins. It's a Young Hands, and it's like not a clock. It's just a stopwatch timer. So and it's very cool. The sound of it is like just perfect. It's fun to listen to. Holy cow, what are we at here? I'm going to read some comments. Wilson, you know, I just live for moments like that. Wilson's getting hostile. Wilson needs a Snickers or something. With all that Halloween candy, he's probably got one laying around. West Cobb says, hello from Rochester, New York. Big fan. Keep up the great work. Thank you, I will. Thanks for joining in. Wilson, get your sugar up. There is sugar in scotch, by the way. Amin is here. Kentucky Man 30 with the $5 here super chat. Speaking of Grand Seiko, I may send mine your way to check out slash sale. Yeah, hit me up, Kentucky Man, for sure. That would be awesome. Hit me up in the Discord. Wilson likes a good chocolate dial. I like Royal Oak. Look, need homage, can't afford Audemars. There was a lot of really good like homage style watches for all those big name ones. Craig says new Formex Reef or Oris Aquas. I don't know, man. Oh, it's on my wrist actually. This thing is pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie. But would I pick it over an Oris Aquas? I don't know. So pretty much all these Formex come as a chronometer grade movement inside as well. Like they're punching way. I don't know how much these even cost. I need to look it up. I don't know. It's pretty slick. It's very compelling. But I really am sold on the Oris Aquas. The way the whole design of the watch is, I absolutely love that. So I'm thinking I would pick up the Aquas and then maybe the Formex or something. I don't know. The Aquas Hulk, man, you know that's such a good watch. And the watch verdict says he would rather have the MM200 reduced. Man, I am still jonesing over that watch too. That's let's see. Yeah, the MM200 reduced. I'm still jonesing over these. I still might have to pick one up. It's in between a date change. Yeah, my Seiko fanboy kicked in again, by the way, guys. Bill says the Formex Reef on bracelet is $17.90, so it's right there kind of with the Oris. So, and even these things are over $1,000. Yeah, the new these new MM200, we call them the MM200 reduced, the Rs or whatever. These do have the 6R35, so they have the longer power reserve and all that stuff. Oh man, if you've just been a fan of Seiko, it's hard to beat these. I'm even digging this actual model. I keep going back and forth between this one and the green dial one. This one's still got all the plastic and everything on it. Well, you want to focus? You want to focus? Buy from Japanese sellers? No, I buy from US authorized dealers. I got my hookups. Yeah, that rose gold does work. And that will look even better. Like it's perfect for the fall time, but I'm sure it would be good like in the summertime when I got like a tan going or something. Yeah, I'm using the new iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I went with the 1 TB. So I think that's the max storage. I went with the 1 TB, so it's I'm recording in 4K for the videos, which I don't know if I've posted any. There might be one 4K. The unboxings, some of them have been in 4K. I don't know if they're showing up as a difference, but David wants to know how he replies to individuals here. If you're trying to like tag somebody here, if you do the @ sign and then their name, it should like highlight to them. They'll see it like pop up. Let's see. Working through my Seiko funk, I ordered a rose gold Seiko 5 and modded the bezel, jumping back in. Yeah, Craig, I think you'll like that one even more when you get the sapphire crystal installed in that and everything. So Streak Plays is still hanging out on the live stream at 1:40 a.m. in Ireland. Wow, staying up super late, man. For a Monday too? That's crazy. Calico says he's renting a van with no windows. Doesn't have GPS, but I'll get you there safe. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I love the discontinued baby tuna. They stopped making them. Yeah, they stopped making them. What's the model number for that Seiko? This one is the SPB209. And it might be tricky to find. You probably can't see it, but this is on the case back. It's not a limited edition or anything like that. It says Seiko, what does it say? Seiko Boutique Special Edition. So it was only for the Seiko boutiques. Beautiful brown dial. Oh, I still have the Alpinist out here too. And then of course there's the Alpinist too. A little bit different brown on this one, but and then I still have that Presage Sharps or whatever, the GMT, that's still here too. What is he saying? How much is a good price for that Seiko with the orange dial on your desk? This is the Seiko Srp309er. And they're going up in value quite a bit. I think if you can find a good deal on one, I mean, expect to probably pay like close to the $500 range for something in a good condition. Green dial. I don't have the Seiko. All the Seikos I brought in were brown. I don't have a green dial one here. The only green dial watch I have right now is this guy, I think. The GM 2100. Still need to do the video on this. Pretty cool watch though. Steve says the orange monsters have been in the $300 to $500 range. Yeah, man, if you can pick up an orange monster that's $300, yeah, point me in that direction because I'll buy them for $300. I'll buy every single one of them for $300. At $300, even in like worn condition like this, I would still buy them, every single one of them. So if you know where they're at, let me know. I'll buy them. I could part it out and make more than that. Dane's getting the trolls. That's awesome. Must be a full moon or something. Design says he needs one of these green dials. Well, I'm going to sell this one. I'm going to do the video and then I'm going to sell it. I can ship it to Aruba if you want. Where's the cursed devil diver? I ended up loaning the devil diver to my buddy Kevin, Wrong Time Watch. So he'll be doing a video of that soon. And then it's probably going to ship over to Dane, actually. Let's see. I don't know how to say your name, but he says, have you checked up the new Seiko speed timer from the Prospex line? What are your thoughts? I'm hoping to get one of those in and share it with everybody. So, oh, Stu, you want me to bring this? I can bring this to Vegas. You can check it out. You can bash it around in the pool or do whatever. I don't know. It can be like the Vegas beat up watch or something. I still need to do the video on it. But maybe I'll do the video in Vegas on it. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, this one looks good. It's not super legible. Like I had the red one. I mean, it wears great. Feels great. I feel like I'm going to own one of these metal GM 2100s at some point, but I don't know which one yet. This green one definitely is close, but I feel like the bezel, like they need to loom the indices or something. That needs to be more legible. But very comfortable, affordable watch too. I think they're like a couple $100. Mm, that glass is empty. That's not good. What is my wrist size? You know, I've been saying my wrist size is 7 1/4, but I think it might be closer to 7. Yeah, the strap on it's awesome. Yeah, the strap is definitely has some like grid pattern to it, but it's subtle, but it's definitely visible. And then thankfully they didn't go with a metal keeper. Quick release, so you can change out the color on them. Let's see. I missed some comments here for sure. Thoughts on bronze watches? It depends. I'm not like a bronze watch fan per se. There are certain bronze watches that work well for sure. But in the microbrand world, typically bronze watches are done as a cost saving or as like a test to see if a model is going to do well. Design says he's saving for an all metal GM 2100. You mean like the bracelet and everything? They need to make that for sure. They need to make this with a full metal bracelet and everything, like a. And I guarantee you they will. They will 100% do this. They will end up making one of these full metal. They might even do a metal case, maybe not. They might just keep it resin and do the metal cap, but then they might do the bracelet. Hard to say. But yeah, they will do a full metal one at some point. But right now, these are crazy comfortable as is. I would pick titanium over bronze, personally. Let's see. What do you think of the Omega 2264 Seamaster? I'm not 100% familiar with that one. Let's talk about the ball magneto some more. Have I done the ball one on there? Is that ball magneto? Was that the watch that there was like a thing you can turn or something that the display case back like kind of closed off? Was that one? That was a cool watch. I can't remember if I did a video on that one or not. MJ says he's still rocking the Citizen Montbell. Man, that is one I actually kind of regret selling. I'm sure there's somebody in the Discord that has it that I could probably pick it up. Bruce did the video. I don't think, yeah, I think he did the video on that. I don't know if I ever saw that watch, but that was a really cool thing to have that on the back. Very like, I mean, I hate to be like cliche, but kind of like James Bondish. I mean, it was kind of like spy watch sort of thing. That has like that crazy like contraption that just shields the movement because it actually is functional in shielding the movement from magnetism. Pretty wild. Did anybody wait? I don't even know if you can order these yet. I don't have these released yet. I don't even think these are released yet. Phil says, "Love your channel. Greetings from the UK." Thanks, Phil, for chiming in. What is that? Denkai says, "How about those Watch Gang watches?" I don't know anything about the Watch Gang watches. I don't know. That's like a subscription based sort of thing. Hard to say what you're going to get there. I mean, they're for profit business, so like I think you'd be better off joining my Discord and getting in on some watch tours. Dane says stay away from Watch Gang. I don't know anything about it. I don't want to mess up their business. Thoughts on Marathon? Marathon watches are beast watches. They are very good. I don't care for how tall they appear. They're not actually thick, but they seem like they are because they're more slab-sided, much like a Tudor and everything is. What are my thoughts on ball watches? I think ball watches are very underrated, like habitually underrated, like bizarre. I don't understand the consistent underrating of ball. And then even like the used prices on them, just they tank, and they shouldn't. Is a, such a good watch, and they do like limited numbers and everything. It doesn't make any sense. The ball watch phenomenon just doesn't make any sense to me because they are a very good watch. They should be trending way higher than they are, but they don't. See, Deckside 10 says, I really want to buy the Air King as my first Rolex later this year, but I don't know how possible it will be to get at an AD. So if you have an AD close to you, I would highly recommend going to talk to them heavily about the Air King right now, like today, tomorrow, because today's almost over. So yeah, Calico just said he's sold. He's been drawn to the ball watch as well, and he sold every one of them at a loss. It shouldn't be that way with that brand, but it is. Yeah, I definitely have connections. It's through from my channel and all the people I've met and everything like that. I 100% have connections. There's no way of getting around that. That is so true. But even beyond that, beyond the connections, I mean, there's groups. There's different ways to work with your authorized dealer for Rolex or any brand to try to achieve your goal. And if your goal is the Air King, I think you're going to want to achieve that goal sooner rather than later. Joseph says, greetings from Croatia. Wow, that's nuts. Dane says, I'm hoping a watch I've had my eye on for a while releases. I'm trying to read these comments. In time for me to buy one for Hanukkah, but I can't disclose what it is. I think you could probably tell me, but Wilson, 100%. Life is about connections and networking. Definitely network. You don't know who people know. Like that, to develop a network of friends in a community such as watches is going to broaden the spectrum of what is possible for you. Just, I mean, my channel alone is a proof of that. Let alone the communities that are constantly surrounding the watch community. It's like there's all these little sub groups that are happening and these people and these networks. It's just, and there's power in numbers. Don't forget that. When you collectively, essentially, almost, don't take this the wrong way, but like when you almost like unionize with a small network or group or a posse or whatever the heck you want to call it of people, and you stick together and you keep going into these authorized dealers as groups, as individuals. So this is one good thing. Like, say you don't have the time to develop a relationship with maybe one or two salespeople or the entire authorized dealer. If you have a group of people, you are all collectively um, fostering that relationship. So just because maybe you didn't go in that week or something, maybe like two or three of your buddies did, but you're associated with those guys, then it's kind of like you guys are all associated together. Kevin S says, I'm offering some Rolex false hope. I'm offering some gold here. If you are too bullheaded to embrace the knowledge that I'm giving you right now, then that's all on you. So if you want to like take some of this information and use it, then I would bet you anything that some of those people in the group are going to start seeing some fruits of their labor. Marty McFly, thanks for chiming in. So I have no problem with people saying that some of the things I say about Rolex authorized dealers is false, and it's not possible and everything like that. Those are the people that aren't going to get them. Go to the gray market. Go buy it from Crown and Caliber. Go buy it from Roman Sharf, or pick it up from any of those gray dealer guys. Floridian, thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. Or you could heed some of my advice and go to your closest authorized dealer and buy some Rolex at retail price. Oh yes, I was waiting. I wasn't gonna do anything, but my wrenches just took care of that angel plays. Wasn't even offensive. They were just spamming. That's pretty funny. Killed. And Dane, I'm sure you needed that. I'm sure you needed to take out some trolls tonight. I know that is very satisfying to you. Let's see. Is that a 4max? It is a 4max. Mike, have I found anybody with a Srp309 Treasure Seeker for review? I have not, and I've reached out to Srp309, and I would be very good for the brand Srp309, and they don't respond to me. So a little bit of diva kicks in, and I'm like, you know what? If the brand owners aren't going to be receptive to the Random Rob channel influence, then do I even really want to have that watch on the channel? Yeah, I probably will. But I don't know. It just definitely hasn't become a priority. But if somebody has the newer Srp309, I think it's the automatic they have out. Dane, thanks for the 2-minute warning. Then, yeah, I would be receptive to sharing it on the channel. I would rather Srp309 work with me directly, but they haven't, so they definitely don't get priority. Marty McFly says, hold on, back up. Marty McFly says, I got my sub 1 week after going into a new AD because I went with someone who had huge portfolio. Boom. That's called networking. Marty McFly, you were a boss, you networked, you played the game, and you netted results. Yeah, James Duffy says the Srp309 needs Random Rob channel more than the Random Rob needs Srp309. Pretty much. Keith S says we need watch gangs. Heck yeah. We could get like patches and stuff. It'd be pretty cool, like the Hells Angels or something. We could get like jean jackets and stuff like from the 80s and have like big patches on the back. Yeah, MMD, I do this almost every Monday. Typically every Monday before I go to do the live stream, I try to wonder why I'm going to do the live stream, but then I end up doing it anyway. KR Joy, no, I have not seen any of the new, not like in the metal. I haven't seen any of the new Bond watches, but I am taking a trip to Vegas here soon, so I'm hoping to see some really cool watches. How do you find the bracelet on the 4max? This bracelet, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look what it does. When you see a bracelet do that, guaranteed going to be comfortable. When you see a bracelet do this, guaranteed going to be comfortable. The bracelet is outstanding. Yeah, I'm impressed, guys. I'm actually legitimately impressed with this. And the bezel, once I stop trying to intentionally break it, it actually works. What is the movement in this? In the past, they used Sellita COSC grade movements. I'm not 100% sure what is in this one. Like, I just opened this watch right before the live stream, so yeah, it doesn't say on the case back either. So I don't know if it's a Sellita or what. Retail, somebody said it was like 1,700 bucks. I don't know if it's the SW2. If it's the SW200, then it's the COSC variant of it because everything that Formex does is like chronometer grade. It even says it on the dial, and they should come with paperwork. I don't. This is a okay, Bill. Thank you. I kind of thought so. It's a SW300, but it is COSC grade, so extremely accurate. And I'll do a time graph around it and everything. And I don't know if this is a production model, if it was a or if it's a production one or prototype or what. So it's 1,700 bucks and it's $160 per bezel. But really, once you buy the watch, I mean, you're gonna pick up a couple of bezels because, and I know it, but you can space it out. You can buy them later because it's freaking cool to change the look of it so fast. Yeah, most ball watches are anti-magnetic. Most of the newer ones, and definitely some of the in-house stuff. Jacob says, "Who wants to be the big portfolio person in my Rolex gang in Wisconsin?" That's the kind of networking you got to do. I don't know how you do it, but you can use social media to do it. All right, let's kill some lights. I messed up some stuff. I had a couple glasses. We got another super chat here. Simcom Reviews. Please use the money to fund a dancer's education on Vegas at Vegas. Thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate it. And I will definitely put it to good use. Best ball watch. I like the is it the Marvelite series? Most of those are awesome. Design says let's make a pocket watch. I don't think I'm gonna make a pocket watch. If I'm gonna do a watch, I have some design things that I am definitely interested in trying to do with watches, but that'll be in the future. Where am I staying in Vegas? I rented a house. Yes, George A. The fireman lineup actually from Ball is killer. You are right. All right, let's kill some lights and see what kind of loom we have. I have not tested the loom on the Formex, and I am gonna cheat. I'm gonna blast it. It looks like BGW9. Yeah, it's definitely BGW9. Decent application. Here's BGW9 on the Swiss Watch Company. Also excellent application. You can see, green versus blue. Here it is next to the Seiko. Not bad. Pretty good. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.